Welcome to my life, welcome to my life, yeah. On the bright side, yeah, this music here became my only lifeline. Think I'm going crazy, I'm not in my right mind. On the bright side, yeah, hey. Yeah, one leg out that brand new Benz way. Hometown asking am I rich, yeah. Repetition from my chest, that's a bench press. Seeing more behind the frame, future bright but feel the shade. Thinking ain't nobody feel the way I do, but someone gotta feel the same, yeah. On the bright side, yeah, this music here became my only lifeline. Think I'm going crazy, I'm not in my right mind, yeah. Welcome to my life, welcome to my life, yeah. Welcome to my life, welcome to my life, yeah. Welcome to my life, welcome to my...
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So if you've been following along, you know recently we just built out our dream home gym in our basement. And we've really been enjoying it. But there's been one piece of equipment that we have been lacking, and that is a quality bench. And now we have one, and we're gonna review it today. But let me show you first what we were using. This is the bench that a neighbor had given us, and so we've been using it, and it is better than having nothing. But we quickly realized that there's cheap benches and there's quality benches. This was a cheap bench, and we knew immediately we needed to get another bench as soon as possible because this thing is rickety, it shakes, it is adjustable, but man, when you lay on it, you feel like you may roll off of it. It honestly feels like it may actually collapse on you. You know, you start putting heavy weight under it. The boys have even said that they didn't feel safe. You move it around, yes, it's lightweight, but you go to move it, look, that adjusting bar just swings around, it just lands wherever, you know, it doesn't really lock into place very well. There are no wheels on it. It's kind of a weird height, we felt like, as well. I mean, it is nice that it adjusts, and it actually has a decent decline as well, but it just doesn't feel solid and safe. So that's where this comes into play. The Mikolo Fitness Bastet 2.0 adjustable bench. And this is like a 4-in-1 bench. It goes from an adjustable flat bench to adjustable incline bench to adjustable decline bench and adjustable half bench. And it is solid. So we're gonna look at the pros, we're gonna look at some cons, and kind of give an overall summary of what I've felt so far after me and the boys have been using this for several months. The first thing I noticed, I had to put it together, and it is solid. I mean, the bolts that you use on this thing, these bolts remind me from growing up on a farm. These are like farm equipment, farm tractor sized bolts. They are massive. They are solid. It is 3x3, 14-inch gauge steel. It's heavy duty. The padding, you can see, I mean, it's not super soft and squishy, it's firm, but it holds up and it's comfortable and you feel solid. So first and foremost, it's an adjustable flat bench. It has an extended headrest, and we're going to talk about this extension in just a minute. It has plenty of length, so you don't feel like you're going to fall off the front or the back. It just feels solid. You also have laser engraved numbering, so it shows you what degrees you are when you want to go incline. It has nice heavy duty gripped handles, so you just lift up. And you can see you have 10 degrees, 20 degrees, 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 degrees, 70 degrees, and 85 degrees, which is virtually that 90 degrees straight up and down. It has the enclosed ladder. I never realized how important that was until I had that old rickety bench. It just flopped around. It is so nice to have this in case where it's not just flopping around. When you want to adjust it, just raise it all the way to the top of the slide and just slide it down. Easy enough. When you raise it up, it kind of catches in place. It's not popping out. Now it does have this rest in the very back, so that if you want to go below flat and do a decline, it actually has 3 adjustable spots. You just pull the pin and drop it. Honestly, I don't think anybody would ever use probably the first 2, because even all the way down, it's not even that much of a decline. That is completely declined, and I'll show you what it looks like. So So if you wanted to do a little decline press, it does give you a little bit of a decline, not a ton, but you would get a little bit of decline, or even maybe doing abs. Honestly, don't know if I would use that feature a whole lot. If it went a little bit further, perhaps, but you also don't have anything to lock your legs in. If it went more of a decline, it'd be probably tough to kind of keep your legs locked in. But nevertheless, you do have that option. So to raise it back up, raise that back to the third spot, and down it goes. Then you have the seat that is adjustable, and there's 3 slots, and once again, those are labeled 0 degrees, 10 degrees, and 25 degrees. Now, you cannot have it at 25 degrees and also have the back straight up. It hits. 45 is about as far as you can go, which is fine. I don't think you'd probably want to go above 45 with the seat at 25 anyways, but if you did, just know that that's going to be a limiting factor. So just raise that back down. But again, if you did want to do incline, we'll go back to that 45. Grab my dumbbells. And now I have my dumbbell incline press. So I can do the incline press, or what I use it mostly for is in the Smith machine or the power rack. Again, because it has rollers, it's easy to maneuver. It's not very heavy. It's got a nice heavy duty handle on the front. You just lift up, engage the wheels, and it moves around easy enough. Now, I will say, I wish the wheels were a little bit bigger because you have these big feet, which the feet are great in the sense that it gives you a lot of stability. However, because the feet are so big and the wheels are kind of small, you have to literally tilt this thing pretty steep to get it to move. I've found it a few times a little frustrating when I want to just scoot it. It's raised a little bit. I can't just scoot it like this. Or I've got to raise it probably to at least 45 degrees in order to get it to move because the feet hit because the wheels are kind of small. So that's a little annoying, so I would suggest they change that in future versions of this. But it's nice to be able to maneuver around. Let me show you one of the coolest features about this thing. The adjustable headrest. So let's say I'm doing my shoulders. I'm gonna drop the seat back down, I'm gonna lift it up. And I'm doing my shoulder presses. And sometimes I may want my head supported. But there's times when I don't want that head support. And here's what you can do. You pull this pin, and look at that. The headrest drops. You can just put your pin back in, and now you have a lower back so that if you do like arching back, which I do like that at times, doing different shoulder presses, or even if I'm doing overhead extensions, look, now I can go all the way down, whereas before I would be hitting the back. There's no way that I could do tricep extensions seated because of the high back. And another great reason to have this, let me get a military press on the Smith machine. So I'm going to roll this over. And let's say I want to do behind the neck press. I can't do behind the neck press if I have a high seat back. So with it dropped down, guess what? Now I can go back behind my head and not worry about hitting that backrest. You wouldn't be able to do that before. So that's a very nice feature. You can do the behind the neck press. Here's another small issue that I do have with this bench. Because it is so long, when you're in the upright position, so when it's in this upright position and it's pushed all the way to the back, I could go a tad bit more, but again, it's hard because you have to lift up and that hits that, you can't really scoot that. But anyways, when it is pushed all the way back, I can't do it in front. For me to do it in front, I actually have to lean it back one slot, and then it does give me the opportunity. So I'm still vertical enough that I'm hitting more shoulders than I am chest, but it would be a little bit nice if I could completely get up under it and go straight up and down. But if I'm gonna do shoulder presses in front on the Smith machine, I do have to go all the way back to 70 degrees. Not a huge deal, but it is important to note. Coming back to talk again about my favorite feature of this bench is this adjustable extended headrest. So you pull that pin and you have multiple positions that you can put it in. So let's say I want to do slight angle. I can now do preacher curls. So I can come up, have the elbow support. I love doing preacher curls. It's one of my favorite bicep exercises. And now I have a pad to do so. Now I am kind of slightly standing up. You can't really sit down because of the height. I mean, you kind of could, maybe you have to be pretty tall, but I'm 6 foot. So you'd have to be taller than 6 foot to be able to do that. If not, you're kind of gonna be kind of standing. Or another thing that I've done is put my knee down on the seated bench and use it that way. So that's an option. So here's something I did discover. This is not my ideal angle but you either have to go from this or all the way down here, and I felt that that's too steep. So I really like to be in between. So what you can kind of do is a little hack, I guess, is you pull your pin, put it in that lower spot, and the pin's not all the way through the headrest, but the headrest can rest on that pin. Now, as long as you're not putting a ton of weight on that, that pin's pretty solid. I think it'll hold, but that is really the ideal position that I like for a preacher curl. I feel like that gets you a better angle. So that's kind of a little hack that you can do, which again, it's kind of neat. It gives you options, gives you adjustability. And then when you're done, you just pull the pin. Again, you can leave it down or flip it all the way back up and slide it through. Another really cool thing that you can do with this adjustable head, drop it down and it gives you a platform. And I love doing bent over rear delts. It gives your head a solid platform to work with to do various exercises. You can do rear delts. You can come down here and do bent over lawnmower lat pulls. I've seen people even use this as a backrest and do things. So this gives you a lot of options to be creative and do various other exercises. Another nice feature about this bench, let's say you're done with your workout, you don't need the bench anymore. Just raise it up, roll it out of the way. You can go put it in a corner, and it's got a vertical stand, and you can just store it out of the way. So in conclusion, guys, I think this is a great bench. It is quality, it is heavy duty, it is solid, it gives you a lot of variety, a lot of flexibility. I love the adjustable headrest. It gives you options that you can be creative, you can do all sorts of things with it. I think it's a great value. The two things that I do wish they would improve, maybe going forward on future models, a little bit larger wheels or adjusting how the feet and the wheels work together so that you don't have to go all the way to a 45 degree to be able to move it around, and then adjusting the length somehow or another where you can move it further back doing straight sit-up military presses. So if you're interested in this bench, be sure to check that link in the description. There's a code in there that'll save you a little bit of money and help support the channel. As always, guys, keep grinding, keep working, keep getting better, be the best version of you, and we'll catch you in the next vlog. Bye.
Subscribe, my man, Murph Squad. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
Shout out to the boys.
Welcome to my life. Welcome to my life.